Hi, this is how my Tinder got banned. And if you're any of the guys that I sent these messages to, I am fucking embarrassed. And please don't let this be your first impression of me, okay? I said, you look like my cousin, so I definitely had to swipe right. And he said, what? Plain and simple, asked me if I had Snap, and I said, nah, but I got Crackle and Pop. I also peed standing up. Impressive, I know. He said, are you sure you're not a dude? And I was like, hey, no need to be jealous that I took over your skill just because I'm a lady. And he said, my bad, I'm proud of you. And I said, thank you. It took a lot of practice at Piff State bands to perfect my art. Is that weird? This guy had a picture with an older man, and I said, is that your dad? And he said, no, that's my grandpa. And I said, is he single? Yo, where's a good place to travel to February break? I was thinking of going somewhere in Europe or California. And I said, sorry, I don't know. Only place I've been to is jail. This is all under a fake name, so I'm like hella exposing myself right now. Anyways, like for part 2.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing today?
Good.
Let me get 50 Cent on pump 3.
Where you going, next pump?
Hey.
Hey, how you doing today?
Good.
Let me get 50 Cent on pump 3.
Where you going, next pump?
Quick PSA. For anybody wondering how old I am, I can go to a rated R movie and buy my own tickets, and I can buy alcohol. So being an adult on TikTok, I have a question. What the fuck is going on? So I watch these TikToks of these girls being like super hot, and then I find out that they're like underage, and then there's TikToks of like guys shirtless, and then I find out they're like 16. But it's like really messed up because all of them look grown, and I'm an adult. And I don't look like that still. And I just want to know what the HE double fuck are they feeding you at school? And to the parents of the kids who are doing this, please stop pimping your kids out on the internet. It's making me really uncomfortable, and I think you need this more than they do.
Have you ever wondered what it would look like if you melted AirPods? Well, I do. So, what I did was in ceramics class, I made a little pinch pot, as you can see here. A nice little pot with my thumb, pretty easy. Then I made 2 of them, so if I put them together, it would make a ball. And then I had some pie, which is a very crucial step in melting AirPods. So, I then slipped and scored the 2 pinch pots so I can put them together in a sort of sphere. And then I put my AirPods in there. I sealed off all the ends. If you look closely here, AirPods are still in there. It's not a scam, guys. And then I smooth out all the edges so it looks relatively neat. Rolled it out a little bit. Then I wrote AirPods into it so everybody knows what there is inside of there. Then I put it away. So
1 minute. 1 minute, please. Time, thank you. Could you all please put down your pens and bring your papers to the front of the room? Thank you. Well done. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry, you're too late. You failed. Sorry.
Excuse me, do you know who I am?
I have absolutely no idea.
Good.
Alright, so my friend did something, and I'm not sure if it's super fucked up or if it's super fucking genius. Alright? So, a month ago he matched with a really, really good looking girl on Tinder, and she messaged him before unmatching him, telling him that the reason she was going to unmatch him was because she didn't realize how much more attractive she was than him. So, being the person he is, instead of just moving on, he makes a fake Tinder profile with some model guy's pictures or whatever and catfishes her. She goes to this place where they're supposed to meet and gets super, super heartbroken that this guy doesn't show up, right? So then he comes up and starts being super nice to her, despite the fact that she had been mean to him, and she remembers him from that and says, why are you being so nice to me? Like, I was so mean to you. And he thinks that because he knocked her ego down a few levels, all of a sudden now she was super receptive to him. Because now they're dating and, like, really into each other, and she has no idea that he did that. Is that genius, or is that fucked up?
New drawing challenge. On a white sheet of paper, draw 2 squiggly lines. Connect them at the ends. Choose a word. I chose happy. Since happy has 5 letters, I drew 4 lines to make 5 spaces. Fill in the spaces of each letter. Pick 2 other colors. Choose one to draw a squiggly line through it. Like so. With that color, alternate coloring the top and bottom of every letter. I made a mistake, whoops. Use the other color to color in the empty space.
Think of a vegetable. You got it? If I guess it right, you gotta like and follow. Carrot.
Move. Owen, I can't move. I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna scream. No, I'm gonna scream. No, I'm gonna scream. No, I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna scream.
Brayden?
I can't move, bitch!
Ready?
No, I'm not ready. Sorry. That water.
Oh my God.
Are you kidding me? You actually did it?
That looks awful.
Story time, babe. Alright, so a son says to his father, Dad, I fell in love with this really pretty girl. Father replies, that's great, son. Who is she? Son says back to him, it's Amanda, the neighbor's daughter. Father then says, oh, buddy, I'm sorry, but you can't love her. You gotta promise not to tell your mother, but she's actually your sister. The boy's a little bummed out, but comes back a few months later and says, Dad, I fell in love again, but this time she's way hotter. Father says, it's great, son. Who is she? Son says, Angela, the other neighbor's daughter. Father again says, I'm sorry, buddy, but Angela's your sister too. This time the boy went straight to his mother, crying his eyes out. Mom, I'm so mad at Dad. I fell in love twice, but Dad said I can't love them because they're my sisters. The mother hugs her son and says, honey, you can love whoever you want. Besides, you don't need to listen to him. He's not your father.
Oh, fuck.
There's a private jet flying Donald Trump, a teacher, a student, and a priest. About an hour in, the pilot just dies like... With immediate doom pending, the little boy finds 3 parachutes, but there's 4 people. So what do? The teacher says, I have many students to teach. I'm sorry, I'm taking one. He takes one, jumps out of the plane, bye. Trump looks at them and says, I'm sorry, I have Americans to lead. I'm taking one. He jumps out, leaves, bye. The priest, looking at the little boy, says, I am old, you are young. Take one and leave. Trust me, boy, it'll be okay. But the little boy starts laughing. The priest goes, boy, this is between life and death. You need to jump now. But the boy looks at the priest and says, we both can jump. Donald Trump took my backpack.
Can I get a vanilla bean?
Yeah, for sure. Alright, here's your blizzard. I used to work at Dairy Queen, my bad.
Eloise, I'm going to turn your hands into magnets. So hold out both your hands. Now lock them together. Hold out your 2 index fingers, wide apart. Stare at the space, and if they touch, you owe me £100.
Okay. Why is it doing that? What the hell, Jimbo? Are you
£100, please.
How?
Okay, if you guys use your laptops at school, here's a hack to get you out of having to do work or get you out of turning in work. So, you're going to go to this website called fakeupdate.net. It's going to look like this, and then you're going to choose the screen that your computer would have if it was updating. So, in this case, it would be a Mac. Now, you're just going to make it full screen, and you can't turn in your homework because your computer is updating.